Oh, and we're live. Can we see the comments today? Let's find out.
I mean, they're there, but whether you can see.
And we have 2 people watching. Usual rule, guys. Let us know who's watching. Comment down below. Welcome to the senior level of our 3rd virtual quiz. There's an Emily Menig. We have an Emily Menig. Who else has joined us? Anna Sarah 1. And 3rd person as well should be online now.
Sarah likes Facebook.
Emily's always there as well.
Featuring Teddy today, guys.
Oh, that's just me.
Welcome to senior level quiz. Apparently, Emily Menig, you're not going to fail. It's not that hard. I don't think that mean, have I? Apparently, I might not have been mean. I only have 2 people currently watching. This is a sad life.
Okay, we've got 15 minutes to talk to people, and we will pop another post out.
Oh, hi, my name is Grace. I am part of Staff College and Sandhurst Pony Club. Welcome, Grace. Thank you for joining us. Lovely to see someone from another pony club here. Got another pony club. That's good. So for anyone that doesn't know the topics we are doing today, so there's 5. So for how this quiz works, we have 5 rounds. Each round has 10 questions. We'll do the first 3 rounds and then the answers to the first 3 rounds, then have a little break. And then we'll do the last 2 rounds and then the answers, and then we obviously it's the end and we let everyone lets us know how you've done, and then have a little chat and then we go. So we won't start questions until 15:15, so we've got a bit of time. So anyone got any questions, please comment down below and I will answer them the best I can. Got 8 people watching now. So I'm Georgia, for anyone new who doesn't know me. Obviously anyone from Silvermere knows me. I am, Sam has a question. Sam has a question, but we'll get to that in a minute. I am the Pony Club coordinator here at Silvermere, and I have competed in the national quiz since 2011, and I've done the Blue Cross Care competition since 2012. And I've been national quiz twice and won it twice, and I've also been Blue Cross champs twice, last year placing 2nd. And so we've got a question, which is, what's my favourite pony here at Silvermere? I have lots of favourite ponies and I love them all dearly, but the favourite ones to ride are Mickey, Magic, Shakira, Tia. Mickey, Magic, Shakira, Tia. Who else was it? Oh, Boo. I like a Boo as well. And Emily Menig says, you can probably guess who I'm going to ask about. Yeah, Bobby is good. Bobby has spent a lovely, well, he's back out in the field now, but he had spent a day in the stable. He was very excited to come in. He trotted in, didn't he, Charlie? He dragged us in. He said it was a little bit chilly last night and wanted to come in. Izzy says she's loving the changes of the background scene each quiz. That's good to know. So obviously, if anyone doesn't know, this is our yard mascot / Shetland pony, Teddy. Ted. Teddy, come here. Come here. Teddy had a bath today. He didn't enjoy it. He said it was a little bit chilly. Bethany says hi. So apparently Bethany can't come in again. Hi, Bethany.
She hasn't made an account.
Yeah, Bethany, make a YouTube account. Emma's online. We've got an Imogen as well. That's good. So anyone got any questions before we start? Obviously, join us on Sunday as well, which will be our more general horsey knowledge quiz, which has the topics famous equestrians and venues. No, famous equestrians and horses, and then venues and social media, books, film and TV, and brands and logos. So if you're going to join us on Sunday for that. The topics we're doing today in this quiz is feeding, shoeing, conformation, tack and equipment, and first aid. We have a Lucy who is on Sally's account because she's gone, hello, it's Lucy, not Sally. So we have a Lucy as well. Good to see Lucy being brave and trying the senior quiz. So Grace's yard also has a mascot, a little Shetland, and theirs is called Rose. Shetlands can be very cheeky. Teddy's actually a very good Shetland pony. We'll give him his due. He is very good Shetland pony.
He's a very good favourite.
He's a massive favourite. He dresses up as Santa. He dresses up as the Easter Bunny. He dresses up for Halloween. What else is he? Silver Safari. He was a lion. What else has he dressed up as? He's worn a t-shirt before. He dresses up all the time. Oh, Lucy Smith Walker says hi too. That's good. Sarah, at my uni though, they also have an orange Shetland.
He's orange.
He's chestnut, not orange. But she thinks Teddy is better though. That's good to hear. Make sure if you are watching and participating, make sure you let everyone know about our quizzes. We will do more next week as well, which I've started writing the questions for already. So we will do the same structure as this week. So on Mondays will be mini level to junior level. On Wednesdays will be junior to senior level. And on Fridays will be senior level. And on the Sunday we will do another general knowledge. And I will get the topics out for that. I know the topics, didn't I? I did decide the topics. I can't remember what they are though. But I'll get them out on Sunday. So do let anyone know about these quizzes, and especially if you do enjoy it, Grace who's watching from somewhere else, let us know, and please send feedback to others. That'd be great. Anyone got any other questions before we start? So we don't start until past to allow others to log in and make sure they're watching. Obviously, make sure you have a pen and paper ready to write down all your answers. And obviously at the halfway mark, we encourage you to share how you're getting on so far. Obviously, same as last time, remember, if you have any questions or you want any questions repeated or you want to check any answers are allowed, once we go through the answers, do comment down below, keep us updated, and we'll try to answer them as best we can. If I miss the question, comment again, and I'll try to reply. Or let me know if you don't hear any answers or questions. But do not put any answers in the chat. Obviously, once we're going through the answers, you can put some answers in the chat to check they're okay. But while we're doing the questions, do not put any answers in the chat because that will ruin it for others. Thank you to everyone so far who has thank you to everyone who has participated in our Just Giving. Just Giving a GoFundMe page. Our GoFundMe page for our horses. Obviously, being a riding school, we currently have /25%. We currently have no income, which means there's a lot of horses to look after. So anyone that has donated or is sponsoring a pony, that is muchly appreciated. If you still want to donate or anything, fine. You can find the link on Facebook. All that. So Grace is saying that she found out about this through her pony club. They sent out an email telling us all about it. That's good. Thank you for heading over again, Grace. We appreciate the support. Sorry if I'm crouching forward a lot, so I can see your comments. Teddy's being a great feature in this. He's just eating. Because the way to Teddy's heart is food. Good. Technically, just put the hay out like shove it through the hole.
You're sat on hay.
Just covering his head instead. We've got about 5 more minutes before we're set to start. So any questions, keep them coming through. So some of the questions you might need to give more than one answer. So give yourself a score out of 10 for each round. And obviously some of them there's multiple answers, but you need to get all of them to have 10. If you get like half of them, you have a half mark. If you kind of halfway there, give yourself half mark. It's kind of your choice how you score yourselves a little bit. So feel free. Sometimes I go a bonus point if you can get this. And we've got how old is Teddy? I forget. He's about 22 years old now. So he's an old man. So yeah, Teddy's getting old now. He's 22. He's been here since it opened, pretty much.
He's been here one of the longest.
Which is a long
not the
time ago.
longest.
There you go. There's a Teddy feature. Some Haley's bribery works. Not that he needs it.
No, follow you.
We are not wrestling a Shetland pony in the background. So yeah, it's pretty much up to you guys how you score it. But yeah, so the whole thing would kind of be out of 50. And yeah, like I said, if you need to make multiple things, you need all of them correct to get the point. Feel free to have half points. There's a Teddy. Hi, Ted. Like his 5-second feature. You got a hi, guys. Feel loved. So this quiz being senior level is based on the Pony Club test C+, B, and AH. Obviously, it can go into like lunging and stuff as well if we do any of those topics other times. No, we're still going to brandish her, but I didn't know if we were walking her. It's widen. We've got about 2 more minutes. So much better. She's walking so much better as well. Sorry, one of our horses is currently suffering from cellulitis, so we're having a conversation about bandages off screen. So about 2 more minutes before we begin. I am not the only one sat here, but if I'm constantly looking off in other directions, there's 3 other people off camera. Hopefully you'll find this helpful then, Grace, if you're training towards your B horse and pony care. It's a mixture of the levels. I don't feel like I've gone too much towards AH. I hope. I thought I was quite nice. A lot of it for anyone that did the junior quiz on the Wednesday. It's a lot of just more detailed questions or asking for more reasons or asking for more answers. So see what you remember from the Wednesday. There's a lot of repetitiveness there, but there is some other questions. No pressure. It's all just a bit of fun, and hopefully you find it helpful, and you might even learn something, which would be good. If anyone's got any topics from those tests you particularly want in next week's, because I've only just started minis and the general knowledge one, so I haven't quite written the junior and senior ones yet. If you do have any topic suggestions that are within the test levels that you would like to see, let me know down below and I'll see if I can pop them in. Also, if you have any suggestions for general knowledge ones on another week, that's also quite helpful. Emma, they might be Tristy, I'm not sure. Twisty. Remember, Twisty is the new Twicky. Charlie's got her pen and paper behind scenes. She's going to participate.
I'm going to mark her out.
I'll help her.
No!
You can't help. You know the answers.
I'm just on here doing the quiz.
Okay, so if everyone comments down below if you're ready to start, make sure you have your pad and paper. let me know if you're ready in the comments, and because it is called to pass, and we will get going with the first round feeding. So comment a ready, comment a thumbs up.
My phone's out of battery.
Sam, you ready, are you?
I'm ready.
Charlie's ready. I'm getting a thumbs up behind the scenes, guys. Is anyone else ready? Got a ready. Quite a few readies coming through now. Bethany is ready.
I wish Bethany YouTube the comments. It's so much fun.
Okay, I think pretty much everyone is ready. So we will start. So round one, feeding. Question one, list 4 rules of feeding. Question one repeated is list 4 rules of feeding. Oh yeah, and for anyone who's wondering, according to's count as 1. So all of the different according to's count as 1, because in a lot of the books they're spread out separately, which means there ends up being 16 rules of feeding. But for this, according to's count as 1, which I just gave you 1 rule. But you have to list all the according to's if you want that point. Question number 2. What's the repeated question 2? What is the correct calcium to phosphorus ratio? Question number 3. What are 2 methods of extracting dust from hay? Question 3 repeated. What are 2 methods of extracting dust from hay? I love Lucy's what crying face with the
Come on, Lucy.
Question 4. Name 2 types of good grasses. Question number 4 again. Name 2 types of good grasses. Question number 5. Why would you feed bran? Just 2. Or like, how would you feed it within those reasons? So number 5 again was, why would you feed bran? Slash 2 kind of ways of feeding it within there. Question number 6 is, for a horse in medium work, what would the correct roughage to concentrate ratio be in percentages? Number 6, repeated, for a horse in medium work, what would the correct roughage to concentrate ratio be in percentages? Question 7. Why do you need to change feed gradually? Question 7 repeated. Why do you need to change feed gradually? I don't know if you can even pick it up. These questions are scary. Question number 8. Why must linseed be cooked prior to feeding? Question number 8. Why must linseed be cooked prior to feeding? That was question 8 repeated. Then question number 9. What are 2 categories of minerals? What are the 2 categories of minerals? So not names of different minerals. What are the 2 categories they're separated out into? Question number 10. What are the 2 categories of vitamins? So same thing as the mineral questions. Don't name a vitamin. Just tell me what the 2 categories they're separated out into. Question 10 again was, what are the 2 categories of vitamins? So that was all of round 1 questions. So if anyone wants a question repeated, let me know in the comments down below now, and I'll try and repeat them for you. Question 7, we have a request from behind the camera. Question 7 was, why do you need to change feed gradually? So if anyone wants any questions repeated, let me know down below. Otherwise, if everyone is all good, if everyone's happy and ready, we can move on to round 2, which is shoeing. Okay, so round 2. Question 1. What shoe would be used to support a horse diagnosed with navicular? What shoe is most commonly used to support a horse diagnosed with navicular? Question number 2 of shoeing is, list 5 signs of a well-shod foot. Question number 2 repeated, list 5 signs of a well-shod foot. Question number 3. What shoe would be used to support a horse suffering with laminitis? Question number 3 repeated. What shoe would be used to support a horse suffering with laminitis? Question number 4. What is a T-square used for? Question number 4 repeated. What is a T-square used for? Question number 5. What is the purpose of the frog? Stop Googling. Question number 5 repeated. What is the purpose of the frog? Number 6. Name 3 different types of shoe pads. Question number 6 again. Name 3 different types of shoe pads. Question number 7. Why would you use studs? Question number 7, repeated. Why would you use studs? Question number 8. Name the bones found in the foot. Question number 8 again. Name the bones found in the foot. A lovely groan in there, Betty. Yeah, there's lots of noises going on in this barn tonight. Dora's been a little bit windy. Question number 9. What is laminitis? Yeah, Ted, what's laminitis? Question number 9. Repeated. What is laminitis? And question number 10 to finish us off. What are corns? Question number 10. What are corns? So that obviously brings us to the conclusion of round 2. So again, if anyone wants any questions repeated, please comment down below and we will be able to get them repeated for you. Question 10 again, we've been requested. Question 10 was, what are corns? Corns. Remember, you know, on your challenge award you did parts of corn. Yeah. Not the seat of corn. We've got number 4 repeated, please, and number 7. So we'll start with number 4. Number 4 was, what is a T-square used for? And then number 7 was, why would you use studs? And we've got a request to go back to round 1, question, is that 6 or 5?
6. Oh, round 1, question 6.
Yeah. Round 1, question 6 was, for a horse in medium work, what would the correct roughage to concentrate ratio be in percentages? Any other question requests before we move on to round 3?
Did you repeat question 7?
Yes, I repeated question 4, 7. Yeah. Okay, so round 3 is confirmation.
Oh.
So, if everyone's ready, we'll start round 3. So, question number 1 is, what is the correct angle that the front hoof should slope at? So question number 1 for confirmation again was, what is the correct angle that the front hoof should slope at? Lucy. No! Question number 2 on confirmation is, what is it called when the ribs arch a generous distance away from the spine before sloping down and tucking inwards? So what is it called when the ribs arch a generous distance away from the spine before sloping down and tucking inwards? So what term is used? Question number 3 is, what is it called when the hooves turn in but the hocks turn out? Sarah, I changed my mind. I don't like confirmation anymore. Question 3 repeated is, what is it called when the hooves turn in but the hocks turn outwards? Hocks turn outwards being the key words. Question number 4 is, what is the ideal angle of the shoulder? Question number 4 repeated is, what is the ideal angle of the shoulder? This neck strap's really uncomfy. And question number 5 is, name 2 faulty movement actions in a horse. Name 2 faulty movement actions in a horse. Then question number 6 is, what is the definition of a roachback? Question number 6 is, what is the definition of a roachback? We're on question 6, Bethany. Question number 7 is, explain herring gutted. Question number 7, explain herring gutted. Question number 8, name 3 terms that could be used to describe faulty front leg conformation. Name 3 terms that could be used to describe faulty front leg conformation. I feel like 3 might actually be a bit mean. Question number 9. What angle should the hind foot slope at? Question number 9 repeated. What angle should the hind foot slope at? Then question number 10 to finish off our 3rd round is, what is it called when a horse has a short, thick neck? Question 10 repeated. What is it called when a horse has a short, thick neck? So that was the end of round 3. If anyone would like the questions repeated, let me know. And otherwise, we will move on to the answers for the first 3 rounds. So obviously, let me know if you're ready for the answers. Number 4. 3. Number 3 was, what is it called when the hooves turn in but the hocks turn outwards? Anyone got any other questions they want repeated? Anyone else just want confirmation round to end? Oh, now I got it. Everyone, let me know. Got one person ready for the answers. Lucy wants questions 10 and 8. So question number 8 was, name 3 terms that could be used to describe faulty front leg conformation. And question number 10 was, what is it called when a horse has a short, thick neck? Anyone got any other questions? Also, remember to let me know if you're ready for the answers. We've got one person saying they're ready for the answers. One person saying they want it to end. Ready, ready, ready. So we get a lot more readies for the answers. Don't dislike the live. Rude people disliking it because you don't like the questions. Lucy and Sarah with laughing faces. Like it. Or someone has disliked the live, apparently. Right. Questions number 1 on round 1 for answers. So we're going back to feeding. So, list 4 rules of feeding. You could have had little and often, clean, fresh water available at all times, feed according to age, type, discipline, workload, fitness, temperament, breed, weight, feed, clean utensils used the whole time, feed good quality brands, feed plenty of roughage, store in a clean, secure, dry place, leave 1 hour after feeding before exercise, do not feed a hot, sweaty, blowing horse, feed a succulent a day, stick to the same routine, and change feed gradually. Does anyone want those repeated? Are we all happy? Everyone happy with those rules of feeding? Anyone want them repeated? That was a lot to list. All good. So, question number 2 was, what is the correct calcium to phosphorus ratio? The answer is calcium it's 2 to 1, calcium being the 2, phosphorus being the 1. So it was 2 to 1, calcium being the 2, phosphorus being the 1. Question number 3. What are 2 methods of extracting dust from hay? You could have had soaking, steaming, shaking. Actually, in the Pentagon book, shake it. You could have had soaking, steaming, shaking. Then question number 4 was, name 2 types of good grasses. So you could have had timothy, rye, cocksfoot, meadow fescue, crested dog's tail. So you could have had timothy, rye, cocksfoot, meadow fescue, crested dog's tail. Question number 5 was, why would you feed bran? I was looking for something as simple as you feed it wet for a laxative effect, you feed it dry for a binding effect. So feed it wet to have a laxative effect, feed it dry to have a binding effect. Bethany's answer. I put field grass.
Coming up in there.
Yeah, Lucy, you can have dog's tail. You remembered that much. I'm impressed. You can have a point for that. So question number 6. For horse in medium work, what would the correct roughage to concentrates ratio be? I put it at around 70% roughage, 30% concentrate. You can have a little bit of leeway either side, so let me know your answers down below, because obviously certain books say different things. Always better to go more roughage than concentrates, though. See, I always go, that's more hard work.
That's the highest it could be.
You didn't.
Field grass count.
No, field grass does not count, Bethany. Because within the field, it can be made up multiple. Yep, 25 to 75, that's even better. That's good. I was just saying 60 to 40, I go with that being a bit more hard work. Because you could have hard work and then you could have very hard work. So I go towards that's a bit more hard work. Because you want a bit more roughage. I know some books do say that. Okay, question number 7 was, why do you need to change feed gradually? So I was looking around something to avoid colic, to avoid upsetting the bacteria in the intestines. Obviously, if you've mentioned microflora, as each food source has its own source of flora and enzymes that are needed to break down that food. So you need to give the digestive system enough time to adjust and develop the correct bacteria to digest it effectively. So any sort of that sort of wording, you can obviously judge yourselves on how you mark that. So to say that again, to avoid colic, to avoid upsetting the bacteria in the intestine, each food source has its own microflora and enzymes that are needed to break it down. So you need to give the digestive system enough time to adjust and develop the correct bacteria to digest it effectively. Question number 8 was, why must linseed be cooked prior to feeding? You could have something as simple as, if uncooked, it is toxic because the husks bit or the outer shell bit is the toxic bit. So you need to break that when you cook it. So anything along the lines, because uncooked it is toxic or poisonous. Grace, you could probably have half a point for that to avoid horse from becoming ill from sudden change, because that's kind of the rough idea. So yeah, that's good. There's a bit more detail you can go into though for that. Are you deciding to make an appearance? Question number 9 was, what are the 2 categories of minerals? You could have had macro and micro/trace minerals. Sarah, no, because it is digestible. It would just poison your horse. Okay, so question number 9 repeated was, what are the 2 categories of minerals? You could have had macro and micro or macro and trace. And then question number 10 was, what are the 2 categories of vitamins? So you were looking for water soluble and fat soluble. So water soluble and fat soluble. So if anyone wants any answers repeated or wants any answers checked, please comment down below now. I know my bum's going on. Otherwise, we will move over to shoeing. So, shoeing answers is, now question number 1 was, what shoe would be used to support a horse diagnosed with navicular? The most commonly used shoe is egg bar. If anyone put wedged heel or anything, that's also, or a straight bar, that's also commonly used. You can have those as well. So Grace, was that question 9 from the feeding you want repeated? Oh, she retracted her message. Hi, Dad. Hello. You're Mr. Handsome. You come to say hello to all your fans. And bye. Okay, so question 1 to shoe and repeated again was, what shoe would be used to support a horse diagnosed with navicular? The egg bar is the most commonly used one. If you put a straight bar or wedged heels, those are also used. Question number 2 was, list 5 signs of a well-shod foot. So the shoe fits the foot, the clenches are flushed with the foot, there's no gaps between the shoe and the foot, the horse has the correct hoof pass and axis, the rasping is smooth, they haven't gone too high up the foot and rasped over the periopal. The shoe should not be touching the frog, both feet should be as equal as physically possible. So those repeated was, shoe that fits the foot, clenches are flushed with the foot, no gaps between the shoe and the foot, correct hoof pass and axis, smooth rasping, shoe should not be touching the frog, both feet should be as equal as possible, What was the other one I came up with in my head? I remembered.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, you haven't rasped too high up the foot, going over the periople. Yep, clench is being like a third of the way to 3/4 of the way up, a quarter of the way up the foot. That's fine, Sarah. Yeah, we'll give you the right number of nails. That's good. So obviously, if it had too little, the foot wouldn't be secure. You ended up with too many on the inside. You might potentially cause your horse an injury. So, yep, that's fine, Emma. Question number 3 was, what shoe would be used to support a horse suffering with laminitis? That would be heartburn. Emily, yep, horse's sound is correct. Obviously, if your horse is lame after being shod, that's not a well-shod horse. And it was 5 signs of a well-shod foot for those asking how many they needed to get. So half would be 2. 3, and then obviously 5 for the whole. So back to question number 3 was, what shoe would be used to support the horse suffering with laminitis? I was looking for heartburn. Obviously, they should be fitted alongside x-rays to make sure they are in conjunction with the placing of the pedal bone. Question number 4 was, what is the T-square used for? The T-square is to check for the horse, the hoof is level, and to check that it's even either side. So T-square is to check for the hoof is level. It looks like a T. That kind of works for it. I was like... Question number 6 was, name 3 different types of shoe pads. So on here I have shock absorbing pads, flat pads, gradient pads. You could also have raised to heel pads. There is more as well. So anyone got any answers, let me know down below. Question number 5.
Oh, you missed.
Oh, I missed number 5. Sorry guys, I went straight to number 6. So question number 5, we'll go back a step, was, what is the purpose of the frog? So the purpose of the frog is cushioning, circulation, because it helps pump blood up the horse's foot, also support. So the purpose of the frog, cushioning, circulation, to help pump blood back up the leg, support, shock absorbing. Those wordings would work. And then back to number 6, which I did mention, was, name 3 different types of shoe pads. So I have shock absorbing pads, flat pads, gradient pads. You can have raised heel pads. Then question number 7 is, why would you use studs? So you could have had an answer as simple as grip. Obviously, they're not used on surfaces, and you should only use road studs on the roads or when traveling. You shouldn't use any studs. So they're used for grip, especially on, so you can get road studs, or especially on grass. So simple, studs are used for grips or grip. Well done. Question number 8 was, name the bones found in the foot. So obviously, anyone that joined us for the junior to senior one, you had how many? So you needed to have pedal bone, navicular, and short pastern. So you needed pedal bone, navicular, short pastern. Question number 9. What is laminitis? So you're looking for something along the lines of it's the inflammation of the laminae causing the pedal bone to drop, rotate. Got what I put?
Paston, but it was correct pattern.
Oh,
Instead of short paston, she just put paston.
half a point. Instead. Half a point. 3/4 of a point.
No, you missed a large one.
So, inflammation of the laminae causing the pedal bone to drop, rotate. It could also be the separation of the soft laminae and the hard laminae. Oh, hello. And question number 10 was what are corns? You've had a simple enough answer as bruising at the seat of corns. And number 8, Sarah, was name the bones found in the foot. I was looking for pedal bone, navicular, and short paston. And then question 10 was what are corns? Bruising at the seat of corns was the simple answer. Do you need question 10 again, Emily, or did that answer it? Question. Grace, is that you want us need to do 3 to 10 again? Or just 3 and 10? Yeah, Grace, is it 3 to 10 or 3 and 10 again? I think it's 3 to 10, so we'll go start with 3 to 10. So question number 3 on the shoeing. Yeah, 3 to 10. So question number 3 on the shoeing was what shoe would be used to support a horse suffering with laminitis? You wanted heart bar. Question number 4 was what is a T-square used for? That's to check the hoof is level. Question number 5 is what is the purpose of the frog? You're looking for cushioning, circulation, to help to help pump blood back up the leg, shock absorbing, could have had as well. Number 6 was name 3 different types of shoe pads. You could have had shock absorbing pads, flat pads, gradient pads, raised heel pads. There's other pads as well, so if you've got another one, comment down below. Number 7 was why would you use studs? We were looking for answers simple as grip. Obviously more on road or grass. Wouldn't want to use them in surfaces. And it's grip when being ridden. Question number 8 was name the bones found in the foot. We were looking for pedal bone, navicular, and short paston. Ooh. Lovely sound. Number 9 was what is laminitis? So anything along the lines of inflammation of the laminae causing the pedal bone to rotate and potentially drop. It can also be the separation of the soft laminae and the hard laminae. And question 10 was what are corns? Simple enough answer we were looking for. The simple answer is bruising at the seat of corns. On the cob.
Maybe they're on a cob.
Yeah, true.
So, if everyone's happy, we'll move on to the answers for round 3, which is confirmation. So, question 1 of confirmation was, what is the correct angle that the front foot should slope at? So you were looking for 45 degrees. If anyone saw my later on for the shoulder.
No, they just thought you were doing the robot job.
So 45 degrees. And question number 2. What is it called when the ribs arch a generous distance away from the spine before sloping down and tucking inwards? This term you were looking for there was well-sprung ribs. The term we were looking for was well-sprung ribs. The opposite to well-sprung ribs would have been slab-sided. You get that a lot in thoroughbreds. Question number 3. What is it called when the hooves turn in but the hocks turn out? Like I said, the hocks turning out were the key words you were looking for, and that would be cow-hocked. So you were looking for cow-hocked. Question number 4 was, what is the ideal angle of the shoulder? So if you actually got the front foot right and knew that the front foot should match the shoulder, the most ideal angle is 45 degrees. And if anyone saw my might have got a little clue there. So 45 degrees for the shoulder. Excuse Betty having an itchy
No,
foot.
that's Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie's got an itchy foot. Question number 5 was, name 240 movement actions in a horse. So the more severe ones were like plaiting and dishing. Could have also had daisy cutting, forging, overreaching, and speedy cutting. So you could have had plaiting, dishing, daisy cutting, forging, overreaching, and speedy cutting. You needed 2 of those. So daisy cutting is when the horse, what's the definition? Is when the horse ends up with straighter leg and they don't actually, so they end up going very straight through their front legs and they don't bend too much. So instead of lifting and picking up, they almost end up pointing out. And it came from daisy cutting because you would see them move, and instead of lifting their foot too far off the ground, they would cut the top of daisies off, which is where it got its name, daisy cutting. Speedy cutting is very similar to an overreach, just higher up the leg. So essentially it's really common in racehorses when you see them blow directly into a tendon and they slice the tendon. And forging.
And brushing counts.
Yep, brushing counts. Sam just didn't write it down. I did. Yep, brushing's one. And forging is where it's similar to overreaching, but instead of going higher and causing themselves an injury, they like bang against the shoe. So Sarah, think Oscar. When he's trotting around, you can hear him constantly putting his hind leg into his front shoe. And there's a little clinning noise. Clinning, clanning,
Plonk.
plonk, din, dan, don. Okay, and then question 6 was, what is the definition of a roachback? So you were looking for the horse's spine curves upwards and bulges over the loins. So instead of dipping, it curves upwards. So roach back, you're looking for a horse's spine curves upwards and bulges over the loins. Number 7. Yep, bulge over the sacral area is fine, Sarah. And curved back, that's fine. As long as you kind of got curved upwards is more the key. Because you can have it curved downwards for a dipped back, so curved upwards being the key. And number 7 was explain herring gutted. You were looking for the line of the belly curves sharply upwards towards the stifle, giving the horse a greyhound-like appearance. So the line of the belly curves sharply upwards towards the stifle, giving the horse a greyhound-like appearance. Again, really common in thoroughbreds, obviously being the racing horses and the racing dogs. And number 8 is name 3 terms that could be used to describe 40 front leg conformation. So you could have had over at the knee, back at the knee, tied in at the elbow, calf knees, tied in below the knee. Chewing. So the 3 terms of 40 front leg conformation, you could have had over at the knee, back at the knee, tied in at the elbow, calf knees, and tied in below the knee. And then number 9 was what angle should the hind foot slope at? So the hind foot should be more upright than the front foot. Did I say that the right way? Yeah. And it should be 55 degrees. Can you have bow-legged? Yeah, bow-legged would be fine, Sarah. So you were looking for 55 degrees for the hind foot. And number 10 is, what is it called when a horse has a short to thick neck? We were looking for bull neck. So question number 10 answer was bull neck. So short and thick like a bull. So, anyone want any answers repeated? Let me know, obviously, in the comments. Otherwise, we will take a 5 or so minute break. So you can grab a drink, go to the loo, grab some food if you want to. Obviously, let us know how you're doing halfway. So you should have a score out of 30. So let us know how you're doing. And we can still see the comments, even when we disappear out of screen for the shot, for the break. But hope you're all done well. Let me know if there is any questions repeated, and we will see you for the 2 final rounds in about 5 minutes, which is tack and equipment and equine first aid. So let us know your scores down below. Keep commenting, and we'll see you in a bit. There's some really good scores coming through, guys. Obviously, comment down below when you're all ready for the final 2 rounds.
That's where the noise came from.
That was just pure liquid. So comment down below if you're ready, and we will start the next 2 rounds.
Ready.
Excuse, I have got a lollipop now. Because everyone else was having one and I would have felt left out. So Teddy wants my lollipop, which means we're getting much better previews of Teddy because he wants the lollipop. Sorry guys, excuse them behind the camera. There's a rug coming in shot wide. Okay, right, so round number 4 is tack and equipment. So question number 1 is, what noseband is not dressage legal? Question number 1 repeated is, what noseband is not dressage legal? Nora? No. Question number 2. Name 3 types of breastplate. Name 3 types of breastplate. Question number 2. Name 2 types of stirrups. Oh yeah, question number 3 is name 2 types of stirrups. And yes, Sarah, there's only 1 type that is not dressage legal for the nosebands. So question number 3 was name 3 types of stirrups. And question number 4. Name 3 materials that can be used in saddle flocking. Question number 4. Name 3 materials that can be used in saddle flocking. Question number 5. Why would you use an Irish martingale? Question number 5 repeated. Why would you use an Irish martingale? And question number 6. What makes a jump saddle different from a normal GP saddle? What makes a jump saddle different from a normal GP saddle? Question number 7. Are boots or bandages allowed in dressage? Question number 7 repeated. Are boots or bandages allowed in dressage? Any level. And question number 8. Why would you use overreach boots? Question number 8, you repeated. Why would you use overreach boots? And then question number 9. How are cross-country boots specially designed? How are cross-country boots specially designed? And then number 10, so the final question in round 4 is name 3 types of girth. Name 3 types of girth. So if anyone would like any of the tack and equipment questions repeated, please let me know, ask know in the comments down below, and I'll repeat them for you. Otherwise, we will move on to round number 5, which is first aid. We've got a request for question number 3. So question number 3 was name 2 types of stirrups. So name 2 types of stirrups. Any other questions? We got question 4. That's name 3 materials that could be used in saddle flocking. Name 3 materials that could be used in saddle flocking. And question 10. So question 10 was name 3 types of girth. Name 3 types of girth. Okay, so if everyone else is happy, we will move on to round number 5, which is first aid. So, question number 1 on first aid. What is the horse's normal TPR? So on all 3. What is the horse's normal TPR? For what? It is. So TPR. Then number 2, skipping completely. Number 2 is name 5 types of wounds. So 5 types of wounds. Then question number 3, what are 2 other names for tying up? What are 2 other names for tying up? That's a lot. And Grace, to answer your question, what time is the quiz on Sunday? Starts exactly the same time. So we go online from 5, and at 5:15 we will start questions. So same time as today. And not tying up with a lead rope, as in tying up the ailment. So where all the muscles lock or tie up. Question number 4. Why would you use a poultice? Question number 4. Why would you use a poultice? Question number 5. What area of the body must you never poultice? Question number 5 repeated. What area of the body must you never poultice? And then question number 6. Name 3 ailments that can affect the hoof/foot. Name 3 ailments that can affect the hoof. Question number, what are we on? 7. Name 3 types of colic. Question number 7. Name 3 types of colic. Question number 8. What are 3 fins you can vaccinate for in the UK? What are the 3 fins you can vaccinate for in the UK? Then question number 9. Name 3 ailments that affect the hock. 3 ailments that affect the hock. And question number 10. Which of these is the odd one out? Roundworm, ringworm, redworm, pinworm. Which of these is the odd one out? Roundworm, ringworm, redworm, pinworm. So that brings us to the end of round 5. So if anyone would like any questions again, let me know in the comments down below before we move on to the answers. Number 9. So number 9 was name 3 ailments that affect the hock. So 3 ailments that affect the hock. Anyone want any other questions repeated? They're very vocal tonight, aren't they? Probably they're like, you know what the time is. Everyone happy? Let me know down below if we're ready, if you're ready for the answers for round 4 and 5. We've got some readies coming through for the answers. Just wait for a few more before we do. Lots of readies coming through now.
I'm ready.
Okay, so tack and equipment answers. So, what noseband is not dressage legal? We were looking for Kinnington. So the answer was Kinnington. Question number 2 was name 3 types of breastplates. So you could have had hunting, 5-point breast girth, racing breastplate, and then you can get some fancier ones now like Fairfax. If anyone's got anything else, let us know down below. But hunting, 5-point breast girth, racing breastplate. Never heard of a polo. I'm sure they probably just used one of the others. Question number 3 was name 2 types of stirrup. So you could have had swan neck, safety stirrup, or the peacock safety stirrup. Free jumps, normal stirrups, flexi joint, Icelandic carbon iron, aluminium irons. 3-point breastplate, Emily, would be a hunting breastplate. So yeah, I have heard it be called 3 points. That's fine.
Polo breastplate.
And polo breastplate is apparently another name for elastic breastplate. So that's fine. Yes, you can have a Western stirrup as well. So your stirrups could have been Western stirrup, swan neck, peacock or safety stirrup, free jumps, normal stirrups, flexi joint, Icelandic carbon iron, and aluminium irons. And Lucy, yeah, you can have it. Polo is fine. And number 4 was name 3 materials that can be used in saddle flocking. So you could have had wool mix, synthetic foam, felt, or air-filled. So wool mix, synthetic foam, felt, or air-filled. Synthetic fibre. Yeah, synthetic fibre, I think Sarah works. Number 5. Why would you use an Irish martingale? The answer we were looking for is to prevent the reins from going over the head in the instance of a fall or when galloping. It keeps the reins together. So it keeps the reins together, prevent the reins from going over the head in the instance of a fall of rider or when they are galloping. And question number 6. What makes a jump saddle different from a normal GP saddle? You're looking for something with regards to it's more forward cut, it has a lower cantle, it's lighter, it's closer contact, and has bigger knee rolls and thigh rolls. So more forward cut, lower cantle, lighter, closer contact, bigger knee rolls and thigh rolls. Question number 7 was, are boots or bandages allowed in dressage? No. Boots and bandages are not allowed in dressage at all. or what?
The jumping saddle.
If you got majority of them, you can have a full mark. If you've got about half of them, you can have half mark, or a few of them, half mark. But just one would not get you the point. So boots or bandages are not allowed in dressage. Dressage. And then why would you use overreach boots? That is to prevent an injury from the horse overreaching. And it can also help to prevent horses from losing shoes from overreaching. So to prevent injury from overreaching and prevent the horse from losing a shoe from overreaching. Question number 9 was, how are cross-country boots specially designed? So they've got shock pads down on the front boot, at the front and back of the boot, and they will also have air vents along the tendons. On the back boots, they have shock pads on the front of the boots. So on the front boot, they have shock pads on the front and the back, and they'll have air vents on the tendons. And on the back boots, they have shock pads just on the front of the boot, and they will have air vents still on the tendons. Question number 10 was, name 3 types of girth. So you could have had stud girth, dressage girth, string girth, elasticated girth, freefold, synthetic, Apston, boarding, humane, and over girth. Yeah, Lucy, you could have, they are designed to not get heavy because they do not hold water. Yeah, do not hold water, fine, Grace. So yeah, they're much better designed than the bandages used to be for country because they don't hold water. Again, the little holes within them help with that. And to repeat the girths again, you could have had stud, dressage, string, elasticated, freefold, synthetic, Apston, boarding, humane, and overgirth. And a cinch if you're on a Western saddle. So does anyone want question of number 4 repeated for the answers? Let me know. Otherwise, we will move on to round 5 answers. Okay, so round number 5 was first aid. So the first question was, what is the horse's normal TPR? So for the temperature, you're looking for 37.5 to 38.5. For the pulse, you could have had 36 to 42. Or the Poultice manual was more 35 to 45 beats per minute. And then for the respiration, 8 to 12, or I think the Poultice manual was more at 8 or 10 to 15. Okay, and then question number 2 was name 5 types of wounds. You could have had laceration, abrasion, incision, contusion, deglovement, puncture, graze, galls. So laceration, abrasion, incision, contusion, deglovement, puncture, graze, galls. Number 3 was, what are 2 other names for tying up? So you could have had azoturia, Monday morning sickness, or the more fancy one of equine, how do you even say it? Equine rhabdomyolysis. Rhabdomyolysis. Equine rhabdomyolysis. Azoturia or Monday morning sickness. Yeah. I just can't say fancy words. And then question 4 was, why would you use a poultice? So obviously the main reason for a poultice is to draw infection out. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To draw out infection for a poultice. And question number 5 was, what area of the body must you never poultice? And that is a joint or any joints, because you would draw out the synovial fluid.
Does eye count?
You wouldn't poultice an eye.
So I got it right.
Yeah, because you wouldn't poultice it.
No,
It would.
it's all.
Yeah, joint is a part of the body. Yeah,
Joint can be many parts. Yeah,
It makes sense. You wouldn't poultice an eye.
no, you wouldn't poultice an eye.
To draw the eye out.
Okay, and question number 6 was, name 3 ailments that can affect the hoof/foot. You could have had thrush, laminitis, navicular, corns, bruises, puncture wounds, seedy toe, sand crack, quitter. Yeah, that's a puncture wound. So you could have had, not azoturia, you could have had thrush, laminitis, navicular, corns, bruises, puncture wounds, seedy toe, sand cracks, quitters. White line disease is fine, Sarah. And then number 7 was, name 3 types of colic. You could have had impaction, twisted gut, spasmodic, sand. Those are the 4 off the top of my head. Stress colic. Mud fever is not in the foot, so that's more in the legs. So mud fever wouldn't count. You can tell Lucy, Emily, or well, Lucy, you can hear me. Lucy, it wouldn't count because it is in the leg, not the foot. So impaction, twisted gut, spasmodic, sand, gas colic's fine. What are 3 things you can vaccinate for in the UK? We were looking for equine flu or influenza, tetanus, and equine herpes. So equine influenza, tetanus, and herpes. And then question number 9 was, name 3 ailments that affect the hop. You could have had curve, bone spavin, furrow pin, bog spavin, capped hock. So curb, bog spavin, bone spavin, furrow pin, capped hock. And then question number 10 was, which of these is the odd one out? So roundworm, ringworm, redworm, pinworm. Obviously, the odd one out is ringworm, as it's not an actual worm, it's a skin disease or issue. Bacterial infection. Fungal infection. And you have, what is it? Bursal.
Yeah, it's inflammation of.
I know what a bursal is. Yes, bursal counts. That is what a therapin is. And arthritis would count as well. Yeah, you can have a third. Lucy. Anyone want any answers repeated? Let me know. Otherwise, we have come to the end of that quiz. We've got Izzy for question 1 of round 5. Could she have 10 to 12 breaths per minute? Yeah, that's fine. That's a rough. You're in the right range. So we have come to the end. So add up all your scores. Give yourself a score out of 50. Let us know how you got on. Obviously, like we said, join us on Sunday for the more general knowledge, which are the topics famous riders and horses, equestrian venues. I forget these every time. Equestrian books, film and TV, equestrian brands / logos, and number 5 is, what have I missed? Social media. Equestrians on social media. So join us on Sunday at 5 for the more general horsey knowledge, and then we will start next week with a fresh one. So obviously on the Monday it will be mini / junior level. On the Wednesday it will be junior / senior level, and on the Friday it will be senior level, and again on the Sunday general knowledge. Some good scores coming through. We've got a 43 out of 50. We've got a 31 out of 50. We've got a 33.5 out of 50. 33 and a bit. 43 out of 50. Obviously, if you are signed on to our challenge awards, we will see you tomorrow and Sunday for those. 32.5 coming through. Some good scores. Like I said, if you got any topic suggestions for next week, because I haven't written the senior ones, leave them down below or comment on any forms of our social media. And if you have any suggestions for general knowledge the week after, because I've done this week, the coming weeks. But otherwise, we will see you all Sunday. Some really good scores, all of you. Thank you for watching. Massive thank you and welcome to Grace, who obviously came from another pony club. Thank you. And we will see you all next week. So thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe, like, comment. Thank you. And well done, everyone. Bye. And stream.